every day.
My name is Dr. Joy Ogaji. I am the current CEO and Executive Secretary of the Association of Power Generation Companies in Nigeria.
Every night, people talk about injustice.
So it's a good thing for the power sector and for the country. For me, the new bill and even the amendments that the former president made to Schedule 14B of the 1999 Constitution all work together for the good of the power sector. This is my own view. For me, it is an opportunity for any serious investor to sit down, analyze, and see the opportunities that this new law opens at the state level, at the federal level, at the local government level. Now, there is no restriction. There is no form of constraint, whether on the generation, distribution, transmission, renewable, new investors, current investors. It's all about your ability to see. Can you see? Can you see the potentials? I see a lot of potentials. On the state level, the states clearly, yes, a lot of people have said, oh, states cannot afford. Yes, states may not be able to afford because power business is a very expensive venture. It's capital intensive. And most states cannot. However, those states who cannot should sit down, allow to be guided by consultants who know what they are doing. It's not everybody that carries a portfolio, say is a consultant. Consultant who understands the power sector. Consultant who understand the commercial part of the power sector. Consultant who understand the business of power. Such consultants can guide them in their policy drafting, in their state laws and various regulations that they will need to bring up, and training of their staff. Most states do not have ministries of power, and if they do not have, there is no way you can monitor or regulate an entity that you have very little understanding of. So they should not jump into yes, the law allows us to make laws, so you start making laws that you may not even understand, because those laws have to be enforced, has to be implemented by people from the state. So if you ask me, the first step states should do is to first of all get themselves trained. The state legislature should be trained. The State House of Assembly should humbly ask for experts. And when I say experts, should be proper experts, not the experts. Why I'm emphasizing on experts is because we have seen experts and we have seen experts. So the people with the knowledge should train them. The first step should understand the whole value chain of a power business, to end understanding of the power sector. Having understood it, make sure that your staff, the various ministries that may be linked to the power business in the state, also have the same understanding. Now, when you have that understanding, it is then you will now know which law should guide what. If you just jump into it, they will make arbitrary laws that will truncate businesses in various states. This is my advice at the state level. At the federal level, clearly, it is going to be a serious review and learning curve, because now we have to look at the delineation where federal ends and where the state starts. So we need to look at all the various documents. Remember that various agreements were signed in 2013, privatization documents. And these privatization documents and the investors that came in had the understanding of for instance, one regulator. Now, with the new laws, there may be several regulators. But those agreements only earmarked one regulator. So we need to sit down. There will be there should be a lot of consultation between the federal and the state, a lot of meetings, a lot of review, a lot of open-minded discussion to come up with, okay, how do we resolve this problem? How do we clear this seeming conflict between the federal and the state? Parties must be humble. Parties must be open to listen. Parties must be willing to communicate and discuss. So these are my 2 megawatts on the amendment. I don't know if that helps.
Injustice that breeds suffering.
That's a very good question. Now, Nigeria has a lot of resources, and is not an arguable fact. Is a well-established fact. For instance, Nigeria has about approximately about 209 trillion cubic feet proven gas resource. Proven, that is the proven gas resource. The unproven one is over 600. But if you check utilization figure, is about just 25%. So this is the right time, and with the PIA that is on ground, and with new administration just sworn in, parties, all relevant agencies need to sit down. Energy transition is a global thing, and it has come to stay. The train cannot wait for Nigeria. We must understand that. A very good example is what just happened between Ukraine and Russia. You can see the Ukraine-Russia conflict or war or battle, whatever you want to call it, has now created opportunities for our African countries like Algeria. Algeria now supplies gas and other resources to Europe and is cashing out. Algeria, for those of us that may not really understand our geography very well, Algeria is an African country. So we must stand up, we must wake up, and we must drop our Nigerianization and sit up and start utilizing all those untapped resources, including coal. Yesterday, it was on the news that UK, in order to beat their hot heat wave, UK has now quickly revived their coal plants. You see, UK, United Kingdom, when I say UK, it's not Nigeria, I mean United Kingdom, has revived, as at yesterday, revived their coal plants. We have a lot of coal deposits in Nigeria. We have not touched it. In Kogi State, in Enugu State, so much. So we need to look at our energy utilization quickly. Now, coming to power, you know that we currently have over 14,000 megawatts installed capacity. It used to be 13,427. But you know that recently Zungeru just got completed, and the former minister went and commissioned it. Zungeru is about 700 megawatts. If you want 700 megawatts to 13,400, and is already 14,000 plus. And then we had Kashambila has also been commissioned. We have so many. If you put them all together, we have well over 14,000 megawatts installed. However, that's on grid. However, the utilization is very abysmal. From 2013, that privatization took place till now, utilization is just ranging around maximum 4,000 megawatts. When we have installed capacity of nearly 14,000 megawatts. The available, yes, people will argue that available is not up to 13,000 or 14,000. Yes, how will I make 14,000 megawatts available when the 8,000 or 7,000 megawatts are making available, it's not even fully utilized. It doesn't make any economic sense. It doesn't make business sense. So we need to provide not just the enabling environment, but an enabled environment. I'm using enabled with emphasis because we have been using this word enabling for many years, and investors have not seen this enabling environment. So right now, because of the urgency and the fact that energy transition has come to stay, we must provide enabled environment for investors and operators to quickly utilize this installed capacity and even get more. So our focus should be, first of all, focus on utilizing what is available, what is installed, and then go into expansion by adding more renewable. Because we have this penchant of always running to what is in vogue. Okay, what is in vogue is renewable. We now abandon what we have, our generating plant that are being generated through gas, and then we all now pursue renewable. The renewable, at the end of the day, we see renewable, we don't have. Then when we look back, we have lost track on all we should have optimize, which is optimizing the installed and available capacity. So if you ask me what Nigeria need to do, and that is not only in the power sector, holistically in all sector, agri sector, education, every sector, we need to sit down, look at what do we have, let's optimize it. So in summary, the password for Nigeria now is optimization. We must optimize what we have, available resources, available capacity, before we look for what is not available. And the good news is gas globally has been made a transition fuel. We have about over 600 trillion cubic feet of unproven gas. Let us focus and use it. We have coal. We have not even checked the quantity. We have so many resources. Every state is well endowed. That would be my advice.
People complaining.
We are to advise. I think we need to have a war room. A war room discussion. You know what happens in a war room? Yeah, so I will advise for a war room discussion, a round table, and target a war room on the power sector. Everybody should be heard. Everybody should be listened to. And then we should pick out from all the things that everybody has said. We should now sit down, look at what everybody has said. In between, we'll see the problem. In between, we'll find the solution. That's what I'll say.
About luck and limitation, stagnation, no job.